Hello, my name is Lawrence Collier. I am the Head of Curriculum for Sport and Public Services here at East Sussex College, and I'll be presenting to you today on the virtual open events. So let me just share my screen. Okay, so I'm very, very proud to be presenting about this department today. We have a really, really strong public uniform services department where we have been delivering this course for quite a long time now, and we've been delivering it very successfully as well. So our grades that our students achieve are absolutely fantastic, and they have some wonderful progressions. Our public services course will teach you everything that you need to know about the uniform public services and help you become an independent thinker and problem solver, which is something that the employers have really let us know that are crucial elements in what they look for during recruitment. So here's our team. We've got Zoe Carroll. Zoe used to be in the RAF and she joined at 17. She was in air traffic control. She enjoys teaching the practical aspects of the course, expedition and leadership modules. So Zoe's the lady that will be taking you out over the hills and teaching you all the techniques required to make it from A to B over. It's quite a long journey as well. And then we've got Bob as well, Bob Shoesmith. So he used to be in the Metropolitan Police and then worked as a police constable. And he also had a brief stint in the RAF as a dog handler as well. So we've got vast experience, and he's absolutely loves helping Year 2 students with taking those steps into employment. He's really thrived in that role this year. He also teaches the Year 1 students as well. And then on the far right, we've got Tim Bennett. So it's worth noting at this point that Tim also teaches on the sports department as well. And Tim is in charge of the level 2 provision. So his background's in sports coaching, and he's very good at getting the best out of students and teaching them all the leadership skills required for their progression to level 3. So in terms of entry criteria, we have our level 2 qualifications. That requires a minimum of 4 GCSEs at grades 3 or above, and that includes maths and English. And at level 3, you have to have a minimum of 5 GCSEs at grades 4 or above, including English and maths or science. Now, it's worth noting here that at level 3, you can retake GCSE maths in your first year alongside the course. So what will you study? So during the level 2 qualification, you practiced both theoretical and practical elements of the course. And these are designed to stretch your current academic understanding and skills so that you're ready to progress either into the workplace. So some students go straight into basic selection processes when they are 18. Alternatively, you can then progress onto the level 3, and that's what this course is primarily designed around. You get a lot of support with your English and maths, as well as broadening your understanding of the elements that we consider to be crucial in making you an outstanding candidate for level 3 study or for the employability elements of your future. Now, the units that you study are things like team and independent working. You also look at telecommunications and drill and all sorts, basically a nice broad introduction to the uniform services. At level 3, this is where it starts to become advanced, and you'll be putting your practical and theoretical knowledge to the test through a range of classroom study, activities, field trips. And you'll cover topics such as government, policies and the public services, citizenship, health and fitness training and programming, and there'll be lots of leadership stuff in there as well. So your teachers will build on your interpersonal and communication skills and show you how to become an effective team player. And once you've completed this course, you'll have the skills, knowledge and confidence to progress into the uniform services or alternatively onto university. So here we go, there are a few previous progressions. So we've had students that have gone straight in to join the Royal Marines Commandos. To do that, you need to have an outstanding level of physical fitness. Royal Navy, Royal Air Force, the British Army, the police, fire service, which is very challenging to get into. We've had some students progress into that. The UK Border Force is something that's becoming more prevalent with the introduction of Brexit. and so on, and also Her Majesty's Prison Service. An alternative is progressing to university, and sometimes once you've got your university degree, you can actually join the services at a more senior rank than what you would start off with. So what's unique about our courses at Eastbourne? Well, we have a fantastic range of facilities, sports pitch, sports hall, athletics track, which is where you will learn about exercise, health and wellbeing. And that's where we really enjoy taking the students out for, I suppose it would be a beasting, is what the army would call it. So we get you out there doing your physical activity stuff and train you up so that you can meet the physical entry requirements for the service that you choose. And then our tutors are experts. So we've got Bob and Zoe with really broad range of and depth of experience from being in the services, and they also have lots of links into the services as well that they still use to enhance the course. So they will provide you with the best possible introduction to what it is that you could do in your future. And here's a student from a quote from Andre, and he loved it. He enjoyed the practical side of the course, so getting out, doing lots of physical activity. Water-based activities is something that's part of your qualification. Being able to demonstrate climbing skills and expeditions in the local area as well. One of the trips involved going to the fire service and having an introduction to how they work and doing some cool activities there. So moving on now into the sports department. So we've got sports coaching qualifications and sport and exercise science. They're two quite distinct pathways. Our sports courses are some of the best in the area, along with the facilities as well. Our sports science qualification, we're having students getting 100% in exams, which were outstanding in comparison to the national averages. And also in our sports course, we've got really high pass rates. And considering that we have some exams in there as well, that's really something that I like to shout about. Our tutors are really highly trained professionals who have specialisms in a number of areas, including anatomy, physiology, sports science, and sports coaching. So here's the team. It's heavily female dominant. So I was a PE lecturer previously, and I get to do some cameo appearances, but primarily you're taught by Lindsay, Bev, Emma, and Kirsty, as well as Tim. So remember Tim from the start of the presentation. He'll be very upset if I didn't include him in here. So we've got a team of really committed and enthusiastic lecturers at our disposal at the Eastbourne campus who possess a great deal of experience between them. They've taught across A-level PE and higher education stuff as well to level 5 in the years gone by. The team get brilliant results, like I've already mentioned, and this is down to their ability to drive students towards achieving their very best whilst keeping lessons enjoyable and engaging. So we've got Lindsay, who's a PE teacher by trade. She graduated from Brunel University, and she's been at East Sussex College for 6 years and absolutely loves her job. She has a passion for exercise physiology, and she loves seeing how the body works and helping students gain a greater insight into how to improve their performance. And then you've got Bev Stevenson. She graduated from Cheltenham. She is passionate about physical activity and well-being, and she just loves how diverse the subject is. She's primarily a sports science lecturer, loves getting out onto the track or into the sports hall with the students to pass on her knowledge of the fitness activities and her broad experience. And then we have Emma. So Emma Murphy has over 20 years of experience teaching PE within secondary schools and here at East Sussex College. She's studied sport and exercise science at university and did her PGCE in secondary PE, and then has been teaching ever since with us and elsewhere. She enjoys her job, loves seeing students develop into confident coaches over their 2 years at college. And she's a bit of an athlete herself, and she's competed at a very high level in hockey, running and triathlon for many years, and she has completed Ironman competitions as an Iron woman. And finally, we have Kirsty Reed. So she's a PE teacher, graduated from the University of Brighton, and she enjoys teaching and coaching a range of sport and physical activities. She's training for her first marathon, so she'll be getting some tips from Emma. And she believes that sport and physical activity build character and provide a person with the qualities and characteristics to be a success in their future. So That's the team. Here's the entry criteria. So you can see in this picture, we've got the sports park. That's the athletics track. You've got the 3G pitch in the background, and then the South Downs as well. So entry criteria, same thing for the level 2s. It's at least 4 GCSEs at grades 3 or above, including English and maths. And then for level 3 sport, it's 5 GCSEs at grades 4 and above, including English and maths or science. So this is just like the public services course. You can retake your maths GCSE alongside the first year. However, on sports science, it's 5 GCSEs at grades 4 or above, and that must include English, maths, and science. A reason for that is because it is, like it says on the tin, it's a bit more scientifically based. So you need to have those basic skills. So what will you study? So at level 2, same sort of thing. We get you skilled up, ready to be able to work competently within the sports and leisure industry. We'll be looking at getting you to develop the skills required to become a successful sports coach. So your leadership skills, team working, problem solving, and we'll also support you with your English and maths development, because you need those for the majority, if not all, of the roles within the sport and physical activity industry. At level 3, it goes up a level again, and we're looking at developing some advanced skills and applying your theoretical knowledge regarding fitness training, sports leadership, coaching for performance, and sports psychology. This course has got really high levels of progression to university to study sports coaching and be a PE teacher. And we're also going to be allowing you to be certificated to work within the sports industry as well, which is part of your qualification. Sports science level 3, again, a bit more sciencey. The aspects are around sports research and high performance, and we're looking at the why things happen and how. So we're looking at physiology, which is how your body changes during exercise, specialized fitness training, sports injuries assessment, and psychology as well. So how the mental side of your sport and physical activity. There's an element of sports massage included within this course as well, which is something that the students really enjoy. So in terms of how you'll study, the teachers across both sport and public services are tasked with making it as practically orientated as possible. So we aim to make the courses based around the theory, but then you can embed that and you can apply it as much as you can so that you can see it in action. From these, the sport courses, what can you do after your course? We have lots of students progress to university after studying this course with us. PE teaching, sports coaching, sports science, and physiotherapy have been the primary progressions. However, we have students go on to study sports business and in some cases podiatry as well. You could arguably get into nursing with this as well because of the high levels of understanding from anatomy and physiology. Some students choose to go straight into employment and pursue coaching badges as well, because that's what you can also do to become an expert coach. The pictures there, you've got the para athlete there who will be, he's using the technological advances within sports science to be able to run, and that's something that you'll look at as part of your course as well. So technology, biomechanics, and strength and conditioning. So what's unique about the sports courses? So the teaching team and their various specialisms is a primary thing that makes them so unique. They've got so much experience and the real infectious passion for fitness and training. And they're all focused on ensuring that you progress towards your dream career. Now at Eastbourne, we're focused on making sure that everybody has access to sport and physical activity, and that everyone is given the opportunity to train and maintain high activity levels alongside their studies. So we offer many hands-on opportunities as well through trips. We've took students to hydrotherapy chambers. We've been to the body worlds in London to go and see all the bodies that have had their skin taken off and then dunked in resin and moved into positions. It was really amazing to see that, to help with the studies of anatomy and physiology. And then here we've got a picture of the sports therapist who came in to give an introduction to that as a possible career path. And here's Caitlin, and she had a wonderful time with us, and she achieved a triple distinction with two stars on top of there. And she's progressed to study sports therapy at Chichester. And she was really chuffed with the level of support that she had from her teachers and that they made it a fun and enjoyable experience. In terms of what is student life like, there are many different resources at your fingertips at Eastbourne. whether it's the physical resources such as books or sports facilities, including a gym, or whether it's the digital resources and the great careers support that is on offer as well. We also have a wellbeing team who are on hand to support with any pastoral needs, and with numerous themed events throughout the year to promote awareness of different causes. So the campus is a really busy place. You can enroll on the sports academies, which include women's netball, men's and women's football, so 2 separate academies there, as well as a Wednesday afternoon sports slot where other sports and activities are on offer as well. So in terms of costs, there are fees associated with the courses, £275 for the public services at level 3, and £150 for all the sports courses and both the public services level 2 and the sport level 2. And these fees cover trips, so the mandatory trips that you have to go on, and uniform costs as well. It's also recommended that you purchase some running trainers that are okay to get muddy during practical sessions. You cannot turn up with your brand new fresh trainers and expect not to be asked to get involved with the physical activity. So we have a lot of students that keep their nice shiny white trainers for the days where they're not doing fitness. Now, for you to be able to afford your course, you can set up payment plans, which you can also access specific grants. So if you have any further queries on this, I would recommend contacting admissions. So that's admissions@escg.ac.uk to ask further questions about finances. I forgot to mention there that you also need to make sure that you are fully equipped with plenty of pens, a notebook, and probably a scientific calculator for the sports science stuff as well. Now, our plans for September. So it's all a little bit up in the air at the moment with COVID-19 going on. The government guidance is changing as we speak. So at the moment, we're planning to get cracking and start from September, and plan A is to have you all in. However, we'll make sure that it's always safe. So if we need to flip to online delivery, where we've been using Google Classroom and other mediums to communicate with you, then we'll do that. And we run live lessons, and we run some lessons that are put onto video for you to catch up with at a later point, but we'll make sure that you're very busy as well. So thank you for listening. And if you have any further questions, then join the Q&A, which is about to happen now. And don't forget that we're on all sorts of social channels as well, so keep an eye out for any updates across the year. Thank you very much.